Hey boys and girls, tonight is just going to be a review of equivalent fractions. We know one way, and then we'll also use our equivalent fractions with our comparing skills. So this is one way you might see an equivalent fractions question, where it says which of the following is equivalent to the fractional part of the shaded circles above. So the first thing I need to do is first identify how many circles have been shaded. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pieces in all. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are shaded, so it's 6/8. Now there's a couple ways I can do this. The first way, well, first of all, I can eliminate 5/8 right off the bat because 5/8 and 6/8 have the same denominator, so I know they're different. So I'll eliminate that one. Now what I'm going to do is I can do this in two different ways. Number one, for B, I'm going to do it where I'm going to use my B as my base fraction, and then I'm going to do my multiplying by 2 over 2, 3 over 3, so on and so forth. So times 2 over 2 is 2/8, and I can actually stop right there because I have eighths as my denominator and it does not have a numerator of 6, so I'm done. So I'm going to do the same thing with 3/4 now. 3/4 times 2 over 2 give me 6/8. So 6/8 is my desired answer. And so I'm going to double check that in another way. So I'm going to compare these fractions. I could do the cross multiply, or I could do the using the LCM. So I know off the top of my head that the LCM of 4 and 8 is 8. So all I need to do is do 3/4 times something equals something over 8. Well, 4 times 2 gives me 8. 2 over 2 because I want one whole. 3 times 6, 6/8, so I got another way. Now I need to check my 6/10. So my 6/10, I can't do this method, this method down here, because my denominator is already larger, so that's not going to work for me. But I can do it with the LCM. So I know off the top of my head that the LCM of 10 and 8 is 40. So I'm going to do 6/10 times something gives me something over 40. 10 times 4 gives me 40. I need 4 over 4 for one whole. So 24/40. Then I do 6/8 times something equals something over 40. 8 times 5 will give me 40. 5 over 5 for one whole. And then I've got 30/40, which is not equivalent to 24 over 40, so then I don't do there. So we have two different ways. We have our little box method at the bottom, and then we also have our LCM as another method. So in this problem, I would like you to tell me which of those fractions are equivalent to my original fraction. So obviously my first step is I need to identify my base fraction. So I have 1, 2, 3 pieces, 2 of them shaded, so 2/3. It appears that all of these are sixths, so I have 6, 6, 6, 6. I have 1 shaded here, all of them shaded here, and 2 shaded here, and 4 shaded here. Now I can eliminate C right off the bat. Why? Because that's one whole, and I see my whole thing up here is not shaded. Now the beautiful thing here, I can do this in two different ways. The first way I can do it is I can use my little box, and so I've got 2 times 2 over 2 will give me 4/6, which is one of my answers right there. And because I have 6 and these are all 6, I can then eliminate A and D. But I'm going to double check. So I know my least common multiple, my LCM of 2 and 3 is 6, so I need to turn 2/3 times something equals something over 6. 3 times 2 gives me 6. 2 over 2 for one whole. 2 times 2 is 4. 4/6. And then if I want to get really crazy with this, I can even do my cross multiply just to double check. So I do 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12, giving me B as my correct answer. So again, nothing new from this video, just pulling it all together. That's going to wrap it up. So I want to know which of the following fractions is equivalent to 4/10. If you want to do it with the box, that's cool. If you want to do it with LCM, That's cool. Remember, we don't do cross multiply as our only method, that is our check. And if you want to do all three methods, that's even better. So I'll be looking for this, and I'll see you in the morning.